Hello. So I thought I'd film a voiceover, which I tried to do when I did my princess look, but because I didn't like the look, I just deleted the whole video and didn't even bother looking at how it went. I decided to use the same colours as the princess look because I wasn't happy with the look, to try and create something else. So yeah, you can come on the journey with me because I don't know where it's going to go, or if you'll even see this video, but if you do, then enjoy. So I always start off with my brows. I know some people do base first, some people do eyes first, but I just find it easier to start off with my brows. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in black. I bought this because I normally use the NYX one and I ran out, and it was out of stock in my colour. And I'm not the hugest fan. It's not as smooth, but it does the job. So I just underline my natural arc. I have to get quite close to the mirror because I can't see, but I underline my natural arc and then I brush the hairs and I add a little bit of shape just above so that I can guide the pomade that I'm going to use after through them. I've just broke the left of the pencil. I prefer to outline my brows in a pencil first so that I have a bit of guidance. I have to just check my brows and, well, and everything I do in a bigger mirror here, because working in a little mirror is quite difficult for me because I've got my glasses on. So once I'm kind of happy with the basic outline of my eyebrows, I go in with a pomade. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade in the shade Granite, and I basically just do the same as I was doing with the pencil and kind of just fill them in, give them some shape. If I'm honest, I don't follow my, I don't try and do natural hairs. I don't try and go in this same direction as my hairs. I just kind of throw it on and hope for the best. Once I get to the front, I don't add any more product. I just kind of brush it up. For anyone that manages to do their makeup in a small mirror all the time, I envy you, because I find it so difficult not to use my basic number 7 mirror, because normally when I do my makeup I actually use the zoomed in mirror to do my brows and eyeshadow, just because I'm short-sighted and any help I can get with sight with no glasses is a bonus. So yeah, if you can do your makeup in small mirrors all the time, I envy you. I then use the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor number 2 to carve my brows and to prime my lids for eyeshadow. I don't really see much point in carving my eyebrows at the moment because they are that overgrown, it's disgusting. But because we're in quarantine I can't get them done and I just like to neaten them up slightly, so I just follow the shape that I've already made and clean it up. When I apply the base I use small little tapping motions so that it leaves a nice tack. Because if any of you watch or know who B. Louise is, she pats the base. So I try to do that. With the excess product, I like to just pat it in random areas of my lid. Just add a tiny bit more. I find this easier than to do try and pat it all in at once. So I just distribute it around a little, and then I take a fluffier brush and then I use that to pat it in. I find this is easier as it's got a bigger surface area, so it doesn't take as long, and I'm lazy and I like things to go quick. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade No Joke first on a Morphe E18 brush, and I'm just going to start patting this onto the inner corner of my crease. I'm going to take it about halfway across. Once I've got the basic shape I would like, I am going to take the Morphe E17 brush, which is slightly bigger and fluffier, go back in with the same shade and slightly blend the edges out in small circular motions. I'm not fully happy with the yellow shade, so I'm going to take my P. Louise Carnival palette and just dip into the shade Keen and start patting that back into my crease just to intensify the yellow shade. And then not putting any extra product on my brushes and just blending that evenly. Trust the process. I'm now going to take my Morphe M506 brush and the shade Positivity from the Jaclyn Hill palette and start patting that into my outer corner. And I'm going to wing it out. On this bit I'm not quite bothered if it matches on either side, as everything will come together at the end. I'm then going to take a small Morphe E36 brush and I'm going to go in with the shade My Man, which is a slightly orange shade. It's quite bright, and I'm going to pat that where I want the yellow and pink to blend together. I'm then going to go back in with one of the brushes that had the yellow shade on it and just blend over the orange shade that I've just popped down so that they blend into each other nicely. I'm going to go in with my Morphe M573 brush and I'm going to go into the shade Perfectionist and I'm going to mix that with Positivity just to lighten it slightly and blend out the edges. up to my brow bone. I'm then going to take my P. Louise base and I'm going to do a half cut crease. So I like to take a tiny bit on the back of my hand using the same brush that I used to carve my brow out, which is a Morphe brush, but I can't tell you which one it is because it's all come off. It's just a simple flat brush. And I'm just carving the crease up to where the yellow and pink blend together. We're going to take the shade, doesn't have a name. I'm going to take this highlighter shade from my Soph Revolution palette, which is just a slightly pinky goldeny, champagne-y shade. And I'm going to pat that onto the crease that I've just cut out. I'm then going to take the shade Ride or Diamonds from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to start patting that where the orange and the pink blend together. So it's not picking well up on the brush, I'm going to do it with my finger. So this shade's not working well at all, so I'm going to use the shade Bougie with my finger and hope that this works a bit better. Oh, there we go. This is just going to help the pink shades that I am going to place on my outer corner blend in with the champagne colour that I placed on my lid. I'm now going to take the shade Tipsy Girl, which is a really bright neon pink in the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to start patting that on my outer corner. And then I'm going to start blending it into my crease and into the shimmer shade we've just popped down. I'm going to go back in with the shade Bougie and just blend that in with my finger over the pink, just to make sure the blend is definitely there. And then the final shade I'm going to go in with today on my tiny Morphe E36 brush that I use the orange shade on is the shade Not My Journey. And I'm just going to take this quite close to the lash line to darken it up slightly. Once I've placed the product down and I'm happy with it, I'm going to blend it out with the brush that I had the bright pink shade on to get the seamless blend that we're all after. This helps just darken up the lash line slightly for when I'm going to place eyeliner on in a second. It kind of just adds a little bit of smokiness too. I'm going to keep going back in with the purple shade and my blending brush until I'm happy with it. Because the purple shades do tend to blend away slightly. But it's okay because it's that close to my lash line that the eyeliner will probably cover it in a second. I'm then going to clean up here and just wing it out. I'm leaving the wing quite low as I want the look to be quite dramatic. So now I'm happy with that. I'm going to go in with eyeliner and lashes, but I'm going to do these off camera just because it takes me quite a while and I have to get quite close to a mirror so I can see. But I just thought I'd let you know for the eyeliner I'm going to use Morphe Blackout eyeliner. I absolutely love this. It's so matte, so black, and I will never use any other eyeliner again. I absolutely love it. And then for lashes, I'm going to use the Charlotte lashes by Beauty 999 Lashes. So cheap, so affordable. I absolutely love them. So I will be back in a second. So these are what the eyes look like with eyeliner and my lashes. And then I'm going to go in with my moisturiser. For moisturiser, I use the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Boosting Moisturiser. It smells like a dream. And then for primer, I'm going to use my Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Primer. I've used this for years. Evens out my skin tone and I just love it. For foundation, I'm going to use my Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour Full Coverage in the shade True Ivory. And to blend that out, I'm going to use my Morphe sponge. To conceal my under eyes, I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer in the shade Swan. And then on my blemish, I'm going to use my Conceal and Define in C8, which looks a bit dark actually. So I'm going to mix it with a bit of Swan. Just got that all over my jeans. I'm just going to leave that sat there for a second before I blend it out. To blend out my concealer, I'm using my other Morphe sponge that's got the flat side. For powder, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star powder, I can't think of its name, and it's in the shade Fair. I've just dropped that all over my jeans. And this is why I always do my makeup in my pyjamas. But I'm just going to take that powder and dust it all over my face. It smells like candy floss. For bronzer, I'm going to use my Precision's Formula Butter Bronzer. I've got this in the shade Deep. I thought it was the normal one, but clearly I picked up the wrong one. I'm also going to use the same shade to contour my nose, and I'm going to use a Morphe M167 brush. Just like to bring it slightly down my bridge and up to my eyebrow. And then I like to take it just on the bottom. And then I go back in with my sponge and blend it out. For blush, I'm going to use my Milani Baked Blush in Berry Amore on another Morphe brush, which has had a name dusted off it. It's quite a rosy blush, but I think it blends in nicely with the pink tones on my eyes. I kind of like to dust my blusher all over my face, so please excuse that. I just think it helps tie the whole face in with each other. The whole face in, all the products in with each other. And then for highlight, I'm going to use a mixture of the champagne colour I used on my lid and then the Over Highlight in Pillow Talk. Before I apply setting spray, I'm going to use the Soph highlighter. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And go over my highlighter to intensify it with Pillow Talk. This is like a pink shade highlighter, so it'll blend in with the eyes quite nicely. If you don't know me very well, then you won't know, but you will now that I like to wear a lot of highlighter. And I don't really care if people think it's too much, because I like it. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to go back in with the bright pink shade, which was Tipsy Girl, and then the No Joke yellow shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to dust them off each other. And I'm going to go in with the bright pink shade first. And then the yellow shade, just to blend it out. I am the kind of girl who likes to put mascara over her lashes, so for mascara I'm going to use the YSL Volume Effect Faux something mascara. And then the last thing we need to do is lips. For lips I'm going to use the Morphe Backseat Love Lip Liner. For liquid lipstick I'm going to use the Ofra collaboration with Nikki Tutorials in the shade Nude Potion. It's not the thickest liquid lipstick, but when you're wearing a gloss over the top it's not too bad. And then for gloss today I'm going to use the Jouer lip topper in Funfetti, and I'm just going to take this on the centre of my lips. So I've kind of patted that all over. And I've just realised I have not highlighted my inner corner, but I can't find my brush. So I think I'm going to have to use my finger. So I'm going to go back in with Pillow Talk and just highlight my inner corner with my little finger. Just to open the eyes. And brighten them up. And this is the finished look. I've got vibes from my birthday last year, but I really like it. So it's definitely a progress on yesterday, so I'm happy with how it's turned out. Thank you for watching, and let me know what other looks you'd like to see actually, because I am stuck for inspiration, so that'd be greatly appreciated.